Hi there friends, and welcome to my channel. This is Grace. This is kind of a March-April vlog. I'm sorry I didn't vlog on in March. I was too busy and just lots of things going on here in the Tolman household. But I am here today to kind of give you a little bit of update on my spending freeze. This year, that was my goal, was to have a spending freeze so that I can find or renew my love. I think that's what I was thinking about. Renew my love for the scrapbook supplies that I have, and to just kind of use up the stuff that I have before buying anything. So March, I fell off the wagon. I'm just gonna put that out there. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do March, was because I felt a little bit of a little bit ashamed that I fell off the wagon. It's just March, you know, we're just 3 months into the year and I already fell on the wagon. So I think there's a few reasons why I fell off the wagon. First of all, for me, it was because I started spending. Now, the reason why I spent it, the first thing that I spent money on in March was to print pictures, because I was running out of printed pictures, and you know, I wanted a scrapbook, and so that kind of was the tipping point for me to kind of go downhill from there. So I spent money on printing pictures, and then what did I do? Oh, there was one time that I just needed to get out, because I think it was Saturday and we didn't have anything going on, and so and my two older kids had some church activities, and so I took my youngest one and I decided to go to Michael's. That was I guess that was one of my weaknesses. I just wanted to see what's in there, and of course you can't go out of Michael's without spending money, and so I did spend some money mostly on papers. They were having some sales on papers, and so I came out of there about $7 worth of stuff. I know that's not a lot, but that was just kind of, yeah, it was kind of like didn't really need it, but it was there. So that was one. And then the last week of May, or sorry, of March, my kids had spring break, and so I took them to Denver and we went to IKEA, and I spent about $45 on storage solution for my scrapbook space, because I had some of these old wire things that you can see over here in the back, and I'll share that with you guys soon. But it was not working for me. It was kind of swaying because of the heavy things that I put in it, and so I actually changed it. So I spent money on storage solution, and then I needed to, I had a gift card at Amazon, and I wanted to update my microphone, because people are still saying that they're having issues with my voiceovers, and so I got a microphone. And because the microphone that I picked it didn't meet the threshold for free shipping, and I still had some money from that gift card that I bought some new mats for my die cut machine and some adhesive. And so I know that, you know, some people will say, well, that's things that you need, and yeah, so I do need those, but I still felt like, because I started at spending, which is, you know, printing the pictures, I just felt like I opened up myself to kind of falling off the wagon. And so that's one of the things that I've learned, that if I don't want to spend that month, don't even buy anything that's important, as far as, like, you know, necessities. Like, I can't even open myself up to that temptation. And then the second thing that I've learned was that, as far as me going to Michael's in March, I felt like that was kind of just something that I don't know, I felt like maybe I shouldn't say this, but I just felt like I deserve the reward, because I have been kind of a good girl all this time. I know that's not a good excuse, but that's kind of how I felt. And so reflecting on that, I realized that a lot of the spending that I do, especially the spending on scrapbook supplies or crafting supplies that I don't really need, is because it's connected to something emotional for me. Like I felt like I wanted to do it then, and I needed it, or not that I needed it, but you know what I'm saying. It's like there's an emotional connection to me, not necessarily that I felt like I needed to purchase those items. It was just made me happy. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So bottom line is, what I've learned is, if I want to continue the spending freeze, I can't open up that temptation of purchasing anything, even if it's something that I feel is a necessity. And if I do purchase something out of necessity that I have to put in my mind frame, this is going to start you to purchase something. So just be ready for that. That was one thing that I've learned about myself. And the second thing is that I can't go on a spending freeze for so long. Like, I emotionally needed to just go out there and spend. I know this kind of sounds crazy because that's just products, but yeah, it was an emotional connection to me, and so I have to know that that's my trigger and be aware of that next time. So those are my kind of accountability thing that I'm doing here as far as my spending freeze. I fell off the wagon, but April, been doing so good, haven't spent anything, and I'm committed to kind of going back and jump starting and trying to be committed to not buying anything. As far as my projects and plans for this coming month, I am planning on, I just finished using up my homemade scrapbook kit for March and April, and I'm going to share that with you at the end of the month or close to the end of the month. I am making a new 10 handmade cards, 1 homemade kit process video, and so I pulled out products for that, and I have 2 mini series on queue that I would like to do. It sounds like a lot of things that I'm planning on doing, but that is because I have a spring break coming up here in a week, and so I'm super excited that instead of working with my textbooks, I get to work on my scrapbook supplies, and so I'm really excited about that. So make sure that if you're not subscribed, if you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe so that you could be aware when I post my next video. And if you like these kinds of videos, please give it a thumbs up. If you are going on the spending freeze along with me, let me know what had helped you to figure out what your triggers were and how to overcome them, because that's what I've learned this month, was that I do have triggers, and they're very connected to me psychologically, and so I need to kind of learn how to overcome that. Is that the word? Anyway, so that's that. Enough about me. Like to hear more from you, and I will catch you guys another day. Bye.